Hey everyone, and welcome to today's beginner-friendly yoga class. For today's class, we're going to start off in a seated position with our legs crossed, closing our eyes with our hands on our laps or on our knees. We're going to take a few deep breaths, breathing in through the nose, and then sighing it all out through the mouth. Then, still keeping your eyes closed, gently bring your chin towards your chest. I'm just going to do some neck stretches. So rolling your head side to side, just going to get some nice movement going. Feeling some nice stretch in your neck as you go from bring your one ear to your shoulder and moving on to the other. And moving on to the other side, to the back of your body, letting your head hang back. And you just let it go back and forth like a little clock. On your last one, bring your head back to your neutral position. We're going to start off with our left hand, stretching it out to the side, just letting our fingers graze the mat while letting our head fall over to the right. And if you want to have a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can take your right hand, bring it over and grabbing your left ear, and just gently pulling your head slightly down. Just to feel a nice deeper stretch in your neck. Bring your head back up. Move on to the other side. Right hand down to the mat and letting our head hang to the left. And maybe even using our left hand just to get a nice deep stretch. Slowly releasing everything. We're then going to lean over to our left side, maybe even bringing our left forearm down to the mat. And with our right hand, we're going to reach up and stretch over to the left, reaching as far as we can, getting a nice stretch in our sides. And keeping your body to the side, still in a twist. Have our upper bodies face the mat and just sinking down over our left leg. Coming up, we move on to the other side. Right forearm down to the mat, left arm reaching up and over the head. Twisting our bodies down, bring both arms down to the mat, and we just lean over our right leg now. And coming up, and keep our hands close to the top of the mat as we lower our whole bodies down and coming onto our forearms, keeping our chest up and open, letting our head hang back for Sphinx pose. Tucking our back toes in, coming onto our hands and our knees for a tabletop position. We're going to take a deep breath in as we lower our belly, lifting our chins up for a cow. And then as we exhale, bring chin to chest, rounding our backs out for a cat. Going back and forth at your own pace, keeping everything nice and controlled. On the last round, you step both feet back into a high plank before lifting our hips up and pushing back into our very first downward facing dog. And from our down dog, we're going to walk our feet towards our hands, close to the top of the mat, and letting our whole bodies hang for a forward fold. Maybe just swaying from side to side, grabbing opposite elbows for a ragdoll. We just feel a nice release in our lower backs as we let our whole upper bodies hang free and let gravity do all the work. Then releasing your hands and take a deep breath in, going for a halfway lift, straightening your back up. And as you exhale, folding back forward, maybe grabbing the back of your legs and pulling your upper body closer to your knees. As you can release and slowly you're going to stand up straight, keeping your chin tucked to your chest, rolling up one vertebra at a time, letting your head come up last, and maybe even rolling your shoulders back for Tadasana. And taking a deep breath in, you're going to take a step back with your left leg, going back as far as you can before lowering your back knee and lifting your hands up for a low lunge. And on your next exhale, you're going to push your hips back, straightening your front leg, coming to a half Hanuman. And then with your hands, you can either keep them on the mat for balance, or you can throw them behind your back and really leaning your whole upper body, trying to bring your chest as close to your knee as you can. Bending your front leg, bring hands to the top of the mat as we kick back into a plank and lifting our hips up and back into our down dog. Once more, walking our feet towards the top of the mat. Then our hands go for forward fold. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale back down to forward fold. And then inhale as we slowly roll our spines up, coming into a Tadasana. Now stepping back with our right foot. Taking for our back as we can as we lower our back knee, lifting our hands up for a low crescent lunge. And then as we exhale, straightening our front leg, coming into our half splits. Back forward, meeting me back into a plank. as we lift our hips up and back into our downward facing dog. From here, we can come meet me on your bums with your right leg out straight in front of you, your left foot onto your right thigh. We're going to twist our bodies to the side, laying our right forearm down onto the mat, and with our left hand reaching up and over for a nice side stretch. Coming up straight, we're going to twist our bodies towards our front foot and taking a deep inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forward, aiming to bring our chest to as close to our knee as we can, and seeing if we can maybe reach for our toes. Releasing and slowly coming back as we swap on over to the other side. Left leg out, right leg bent, left forearm down to the mat, twisting our bodies up and over as we throw our right hand out. Back up straight, twisting our bodies forward as we lean forward for our forward fold. Releasing and bring your feet together, keeping both your knees bent with your feet almost as wide as your mat. We're just going to let our knees go back and forth, bringing our one knee to the opposite foot and rolling it over. Just really releasing and getting some nice stretches in our hips and our lower back. Then coming back to center, laying on your back, keeping your knees bent. We're going to hug our knees into our chest, giving it a nice tight little squeeze before letting our legs hang over to the right and our hands out to the side in a T shape for a belly twist. We back up and we move on to the other side. Coming out, and you can meet me in a nice seated position with your legs crossed, keeping your eyes closed. Now raise our hands up above our head, taking a nice deep inhale as we bring our hands down to heart center. And then as we exhale, I'm going to bow and close our practice. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a nice quick session. Hope you found something you can use in your daily lives. And hope to see you guys again next time on the yoga mat.